Before I get distracted for the rest of this show, 24 for the Bengals, 18 for the Buffalo Bills. Uh, uh, Bengals led 21-10 at the end of three. They get a field goal to seal it. Player of the game, Joe Burrow, 31 of 44, 348 yards. He threw two touchdowns. His rating 108.9. Meanwhile, for Josh Allen and the Bills, who dropped to 5-4, Josh Allen, 26 of 38, 258 yards. He threw a touchdown and a pick. His rating was 85.2. And here's the problem. He was also their leading rusher, 8 carries for 44 yards. Meanwhile, Burrow only had to rush 5 times. Joe Mixon, who had a 5-yard run to seal the game, brings the Bengals to 5-3, and they have now won 4 in a row after starting the season 1-3. These Bengals are not playing around. They're just not. They ain't playing around anymore. Meanwhile, for the Buffalo Bills, I think circling the wagons is a nice thing that they need to do because they need to figure out something quick. When your quarterback is your leading rusher, there is a problem. Big problem. Cole has said it. Victor has said it. I've said it. I mean, I don't like my quarterback being my leading rusher. And being the leading rusher, he only had 44 rushing yards. Only 44, which highlights for me the problem with the Buffalo Bills. I've said it for 2 years I've said it for 3 years when they had Devin Singletary as their feature back. I will say it now when they have James Cook and they're not using excuse me, and they're not using him. You have James Cook, use him. Same with Philadelphia. You have DeAndre Swift, use him. I don't know what the hell you're going to do in Dallas. I don't know what the hell they're going to do in Carolina. But when you have a feature back the quality of a DeAndre Swift, of a James Cook, of a Christian McCaffrey, of a Joe Mixon, use them. Just use them. And in the Raiders' case, of a Josh Jacobs, use them. Sad state of affairs when you have teams that know they can run the football and yet don't trust their offenses to run the football. And that is going to spell impending doom for teams like the Miami Dolphins, for teams like the Buffalo Bills, for teams like the San Diego Chargers, for teams like the Dallas Cowboys, for teams like, and I hate saying that, but I'll say it aloud until they fix it, the Philadelphia Eagles. And to a bigger point, teams like the defending world champion Kansas City Chiefs. Because I'm always of the thinking you got to have that one running back that can break off a big run for you, like Joe Mixon did last night for Cincinnati, to end the game. You got to have that one player that can end the game when you need to convert a big third down. And your offensive line is chomping at the bit to hit somebody, open a hole for your running back, and end the game. You got to have that mentality. Matter of fact, I'll give you this. When the Cowboys and the Redskins played in the NFC Championship game in 1982, the Redskins had the ball. There was about 4 minutes remaining. They were up 31-17. Joe Gibbs sent in a pass play to Joe Theismann. Russ Grimm said no. They've been talking a lot of bleep, and we're going to run it down their bleeping throats. 50 gut was the call for the remainder of the game. And you know who got for those of you who are old school like you know who got the ball for the Redskins. Hey, diddle, diddle, John Riggins up the middle. Hey, diddle, diddle, DeAndre Swift up the middle. Hey, diddle, diddle, Christian McCaffrey up the middle. Hell, the Bears had two capable backs that could seal a game. Walter Payton and Matt Suey. They haven't had that kind of running back since Thomas Jones. I mean, I love you, Cedric Benson, but thinking how the Bears were thinking back in 2006 when they got to the Super Bowl and they got socked in the mouth by the Indianapolis Colts. You got to have that one running back that will seal the game. And teams today are too afraid to use it, they're too afraid to have it, and they're too afraid to put it out there. Yet you got running backs in the league that can actually do that. Cincinnati showed a lot of heart last night on the final, what turned out to be the final play of the game, when Joe Mixon converted a 3rd and 5, got them the first down they needed, run out the clock, let's go home. What happened to that? What happened to that, Buffalo Bills? You had it with two capable running backs, Ronnie Harmon and Thurman Thomas. Like I said with the Redskins, hey, diddle, diddle, John Riggins up the middle. And we're not seeing that anymore. What's the matter? You scared? I say this to all the teams that have a capable running back but are afraid to use him. What's the matter? You scared? Isn't that why you got him in the first place? Look at the Baltimore Ravens. They ran roughshod over the Seattle Seahawks yesterday. And because the Seattle Seahawks don't have a capable running back that can get them those 5 yards, they're going to lose the NFC West. It's sad that it has come to a point where running backs are not being used as running backs, that teams are so afraid to run the football. I mean, hell, Matt Forte with the Bears, good old number 22. Victor and I watched plenty of Bears game. When they were about to seal up a game, what did Victor and I start chanting? Matt Forte, i.e. run the ball, run the ball. Quit being afraid to run the football, will you?